Me and Monk dated for 7 years.
Oh, wow. Pressure.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily Reddit content anywhere on the internet. Promise swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we're coming at you with a story from rSlash NeckbeardStories. Yes, indeed. Super excited to get into it. It's been up for a little while. It mentions my name and everything, which it's surprising that this one passed me by. I must have been busy with something else because I am contractually obligated. If you include my name in a post, I basically have to read it on the channel. I'm not sure if you knew that, and it's not true either, but I definitely do want to show love to the people that are showing me love. So I'm excited to bring you from user A Rocksource. This is the Ballad of Beard, which I assume maybe he's an avid bowler, but they might be talking about the hat. I guess we shall see. I didn't really vet it, as I don't do that with most stories. You gotta capture that like first reaction, you know, that visceral what have you and such. I don't even know. Dude, okay, plugs, disclaimers, let's get them out of the way, and then we will jump right into some neckbeard cringe. The Ballad of Beard. Hello all, I'm new to Reddit and only joined recently to check out the neckbeard content. Oh yeah, that's what brings people around, let me tell you. Entitled parents, all them other subreddits, just throw it out the window. I have been watching ReddX, Hellfreezer, and Walter Fate on YouTube, and they have got me totally hooked. That's a good 3. And I do appreciate my name being listed first, you know. It's like watching a train wreck. I can't peel my eyes away, especially because one of my ex-friends was the quintessential neckbeard, and I cannot stop thinking about it. Yeah, there's just something about cringe, you know? It gives me life. It makes me feel good inside to see other people's destructions. You know, it's like no matter how bad your day is, you sit down and you listen to some cringe or read some cringe, and you think to yourself, wow, you know, my life ain't that bad after all. I'm sure people have a variety of reasons, but that's how it works for me. I really enjoy cringe. It could be I just enjoy rolling around in filth in general. But anyways, let's introduce our cast. The star of the story is Beard. He was a large guy, around 300 pounds or so and maybe 6 foot. Long, scraggly hair with a balding spot on the top of his head. He insisted on wearing clothes that were too small for him, so his large histrute gut would hang down from below his shirt if he did the slightest arm movements. And of course, he also had a very scraggly neckbeard / mutton chop thing going on for his facial hair. I honestly think he was trying to grow his mustache too, but it was so thin and wispy that it looked like stray squiggles from an errant pen had just attacked his upper lip. And instead of the traditional fedora, he had a cheap bowler hat that he had purchased at a local party supply store. You know the ones I'm talking about. The ones that you're supposed to throw away after a single use. At the time, he had had this thing for at least as long as I'd known him. My ex said he'd been wearing it for at least 4 years or so. When questioned why he didn't buy a real bowler hat, he would say, "I did, but girls say I look better in this one." So I have to wonder to myself, is this like a cheap felt cloth kind of hat, or is it one of those shiny plastic ones? Because I really want it to be the shiny plastic one. That would just complete the ensemble, would it not? The mutton chops actually could be pretty cool. I'd seen some dudes that rock some freaking mutton chops, but I don't know. If you're just so unkempt, then I guess it's not completely obvious that the mutton chops are done on purpose. Maybe people just assume that you don't know how to groom your sideburns or whatever. It's also impressive to me that he can grow a beard and some mutton chops, but not a mustache. Like, What sort of genetic material are we working with here? That's just wild. But I don't want to dwell on it too long. We can't focus too much on the looks. We gotta see the beard that is inside this guy before we pass our full judgment. So we move on to the next cast member, which is OP, or EP, as she calls herself. I was an event planner, EP, when I first met Immunobeard, and it sort of fits the story, so why not? Immunobeard, that's a new one. I was introduced to Bowlerbeard through my ex-boyfriend, who we will call Monk, which is his favorite D&D class to play. Pretty killer class, pious, just like the clerics and paladins that I enjoy playing. Yes, indeed. Back then, I was working for a local events planning company, and it was my job to set up special functions, such as press conferences, community events, parades, etc. This involved lots of prep and planning, and tons of labor on the actual day of the events. We had to transport, unload, and set up lots of chairs, tables, decorations, speakers, refreshments, etc. This was always exhausting work, and everyone would inevitably get sweaty and dirty. Giggity. We always had some body spray as a part of our work kit, usually Axe. Gross, I know. No wonder you was attracting the Neckbeards. The girls tended to always bring their own personal brand and only axe themselves if they absolutely had to. Couldn't we, have a shower or something like that? It seems very unhygienic to be like, I'm so sweaty and dirty, I'll just spray myself with cologne. I really don't know if I could sign off on that, OP. But I do understand. I suppose needs must. There's not always a shower everywhere you go, but might have been nice. Little perks of the job, And with that, our story begins. God, I did way too much yakking. As Monk is getting home from his weekly D&D session. Monk, hey, OP, guess what happened? OP, TPK, Monk, no, thank God. We kicked butt. He then went on to tell me about how their party had tricked some djinn/genie thing into granting them an extra wish or something like that, all thanks to his quick thinking. OP, that's nice, babe. Sounds like you had a fun time, so what happened though that you wanted to tell me? Monk, who was still super excited to regale me with his triumph over the genie, screwed up his face for a bit and then was like, oh yeah. Monk, Bowlerbeard got fired. He asked me if you could get him a job at your work since you were mentioning that you had some openings. A couple weeks prior, at one of our friendly get-togethers where girls were allowed, D&D was boys only. I brought up that my job had openings and my boss basically said if I found someone I liked, then the job would be theirs. OP, Monk, come on, baby. You know he's a good person at heart, and he is a really hard worker. OP, I know he's nice and stuff, but Bowlerbeard had always been super nice to me, but there was always that little nagging thing. Like sometimes he'd say weird things that were kind of condescending towards women, like, a man should be doing that, or that's something a female wouldn't understand. He was also guilty of using "m'lady," and I mean like a lot. Or to change it up, sometimes he'd use dame or damsel or wench, etc. Oh boy. Calling women females, calling them a lady. That's a big nope for me, man. Gotta get up and out. Disclaimer, he hung around a very avid Renaissance fair group, and before I get roasted, I get it. It's part of the fair life. That's great. I do get that. But, I mean, he would call these girls wench at places like the store, laser tag, mini golf, generally whatever the heck we were doing at the time. And it was so awkward because he was loud about it, and people would just stare at our group or give that super awkward laugh like, yeah, funny stuff, weirdos. Monk, baby, please, just give him a chance. Now, I loved my ex deeply at the time, so His cute little puppy dog eyes melted me, and I would do just about anything for him. So I said, OP, fine. I can give him a try, but you need to tell him that this is my reputation on the line. Please, please, please don't let him embarrass me. And with that, Monk exclaimed with joy, thanking me and giving me exaggerated kisses all over my face. This is something he called a smooch attack. It's cheesy, I know, but I loved them. Aw, fond memories. I wonder why he's so, invested in seeing this other dude succeed. I mean, I understand going to bat for your friends and stuff like that, but it doesn't really seem fair to put your significant other into a situation like that. It's like, hey, put your reputation on the line for me, babe, and hire my friend that you don't really know that well. Or else I'm going to have to go to my friend and tell him, yeah, you don't have a job because my girlfriend wouldn't hire you. Well, you think that's going to work out well? They're going to hate you from that point on. And it's never a good idea to get in bad with the friends. You know what I mean? It's a catch-22. You just can't win. So OP caved, and I get it, but I don't like it. So fast forward, and we get Immunobeard past the interview, paperwork, etc., and he gets hired. As the senior staff member, I'm in charge when the main boss isn't there, which she hardly ever is. Her job was more office-based, with planning, ordering, and dispatching, so I'm the go-to gal for all things in the field. For the first couple of weeks, Boulderbeard is actually doing great. He shows up on time, works hard, his clothes mostly fit. He does still insist on wearing his fake bowler hat though, but this golden time was not to last. Yeah, that's called the honeymoon phase. You know, you get a new job, you're excited for about a month, and then it sets in that you're going to be doing this for the next 10 years of your life, and you're like, oh shit. Am I really ready for that? Oh God, I'm gonna take a sick day. Sorry, I'm super sick. Oh, speaking from experience there. Some of my female coworkers started asking me about him and asking if he was always so condescending towards women. I groaned. OP. Why? What did he do? Coworkers, that's the thing. He won't let us do anything. He always insists on unloading and carrying everything, saying, "This is a man's job to lift things, and women are no good at electronics, so I'll set up the speakers and mics." He says we should just concentrate on fluffy girl stuff, like decorating and making things pretty. I don't know if I could abide by the condescension, but anything that makes my job easier, bro, I'm all good with it. You want to lift all the heavy stuff? You do you, man. Maybe these chicks will see you lifting some heavy stuff and they'll be like, oh my God, I hope he asked me out on a date. Like when your mom sees you carrying in all the groceries from the car at once and she's like, oh my God, you're so strong. Just so you will continue to do it in the future. God, that's another tangent. But you get where I'm coming from though. Now, I have to say that in my experience at this job, the girls did tend to decorate better than the guys. And the guys, yes, were stronger than the girls, but we were a small team and we all had to carry our own weight together. Sometimes the teams sent out were all girls or all guys or a mix of the two. You couldn't let gender roles really come into play as the job just wouldn't let you. We all had to work hard and do our part. That makes sense to me. Honestly, yeah, I wouldn't do well at this job. My decorations always look like shit. I fit right into what you're saying there, OP. I told the girls that I would talk to Boulderbeard about it. I also felt bad, so I started to try and take more shifts with him on my own in order to help maybe show him the light and limit his exposure to my coworkers. I'll be honest, I absolutely hate confrontation. Like, I dread it more than going to the dentist. So, me being a total chicken, I never did confront him directly about what the girls were telling me. Instead, I just tried to work with him to take the proverbial bullet for the team. I should have just went to the dentist. That seems to be a common theme, you know? OPs with an aversion to confrontation getting taken advantage of by beards, because honestly, if you eviscerate a neckbeard within the first 5 minutes, they ain't gonna try nothing with you ever again. But inch by inch, if you let them go, they will take a mile. You know what I mean? Confrontation's good. Confrontation's fun. I don't understand why people like to avoid it. So, to be clear, confrontation does not always involve a screaming match. You can have a confrontation in a calm manner. That's the way I prefer to do it. But anyways, Bowlerbeard and I would do these events together, and I'd experience the same thing that the others did, except he'd throw in a,
"Monk better appreciate me taking care of his woman like this," or "I don't want you to chip a nail or mess up your hair. Monk would never forgive me."
taking care of his woman like this. What a piece of trash, dude. You trying to run game on the girlfriend by mentioning the boyfriend? Is this your first time? Are you just stupid, or am I completely misreading this situation? Because I don't think I'm misreading this situation. He's got something in mind, and I don't trust it, and I don't like it. I started to dread going to work. I was getting anxiety from what he would do next and or how he would embarrass me at work. And so I tried to tell Monk about it. OP, Monk, Bowlerbeard is just being way too Bowlerbeardish at work. He keeps treating the girls like we're glass dolls or something, and it's honestly affecting our ability to work. Monk, ha, sounds like typical Bowlerbeard. You know him though, babe. He's just being chivalrous and a gentleman. Jesus Christ. It's harmless. Obviously, if it was harmless, I wouldn't be bringing it to you. Bro, listen. Open your ears and listen. Ugh. Now I gotta dislike the boyfriend too. What's going on here? I tried to explain further, but I really think that they had been friends for so long that Monk was just immune to his friend's eccentricities. It's a nice word for it. Now, a thing that I forgot to mention about Bowlerbeard is his hygiene, or lack thereof. His hygiene was basically non-existent. He had yellow, blackish teeth. Oh god. That gets me bad. That's some good cringe. With this sticky, slimy looking film on them that had flecks of black in it. Oh god. Stop, please. Oh, I gag just typing this. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be gagging. That is just a horrifying description. I just hate it. What are the flecks of black? Is that like tooth decay? Does he just enjoy pepper a whole lot?
Yeah, I love pepper. I just dump it in my mouth.
That's what I'm going to tell myself, just to ease my mind a little bit. Oh, God. Oh, but it's not over. Okay. He was also very greasy. Lots of acne under his facial hair, which was also greasy and unkempt. He always had a miasma about him of BO, which smelled like vinegar that was poured over dirty gym clothes. Oh, God. Oh. OP is evocative with these descriptions, man. I am cringing so hard. Whew. I had noticed it before, but since my time with him used to be limited to like a monthly barbecue or something, I never really put too much thought into it. I mean, sometimes guys just smell. Is that true, darling? Sometimes guys just smell?
Yes, sometimes. Yes, sometimes.
That's a good reaction. But now I'm spending more time with Bowlerbeard than I am with my boyfriend Monk. The stench is now super noticeable for me, and I can't chalk this one up to boys will be boys. Especially when my supervisor came to me and told me, "Supervisor,
OP, we need to talk to you about your friend Bowlerbeard."
I don't know if the supervisor's a woman or not. I think OP mentioned that she is, but now we just got to roll with it.
"The others have come to me telling me he smells awful and they don't want to ride in the same vehicle with him anymore. I'm going to talk to him Unless you want to try and handle it yourself.
OP. I'm so sorry about this. Bowlerbeard is my friend, so he's my responsibility. Let me talk to him first. So mustering up all of my courage as the lead staffer, I went to confront my odiferous friend. I think you accidentally added an R in there, OP. Is he not an odiferous fiend? OP, hey, Bowlerbeard, can we talk? We have a slight issue that I need your help with. Bowlerbeard.
Sure, OP. I've always got time for a damsel in distress.
OP. Yeah. So there have been some complaints that I've been hearing around the office about your Bowlerbeard.
My what? I'm the hardest worker here, and everyone knows that.
OP. It's not that. It's your hygiene. People have been saying you smell. That you smell like BO and aren't even using the body spray after setting up events. Bowlerbeard.
Well, of course I'm not using the spray. That stuff will kill you. It's full of chemicals and stuff that's bad for you. That's also why I don't use deodorant or toothpaste. That stuff doesn't belong in the human body.
This is the next level of anti-vaxxer, okay? What sort of madness is this? Oh, I can maybe get behind the people that don't use antiperspirant because there's like some metal in there or something that ain't good for you, but come on, dude, there's so many types of deodorant out there. Just buy one of them Arm & Hammer baking soda based deodorants. Please, for your sake, for everyone's sake. But OP says, wait, what? Bowlerbeard.
Yeah, you know, our ancestors never used deodorant or toothpaste. If we were meant to need that stuff, evolution would have built it into us. The human body has everything it needs naturally. That stuff is just making you weaker. But not me. I don't use that stuff so my body develops an immunity. I'm all natural. You girls just aren't used to real man smell. It's my natural fragrance.
He said, as he said this, he lifts up his arms as if to shoot a spray of his man smell for me to sample. Oh God, there's so many holes in this argument. I ain't even gonna try. I stand by my statement. Next level of anti-vaxxer. You watch it happens. This guy's 10 years ahead of the curve. OP, super grossed out at this point. So, you never brush your teeth either? What about showering? Bowlerbeard.
Like once every 2 weeks, sometimes less. Your body naturally develops bacteria on your skin to protect it. That's why skin is oily. It's a protective layer that our body secretes. Same for your teeth.
What? Oh my God. Lord, give me strength. OP, so this is all to make you stronger? Bowlerbeard.
Exactly. Plus, my masculine pheromones are more effective without those masking agents like deodorant or cologne. My body is more resilient to germs than most men because I've built up a natural immunity by not using all that fake stuff.
OP, at this point, repulsed and speechless. Oh, I see. Okay, well, I just wanted to let you know. That's the office gossip. How do you possibly argue with someone this far gone? How can you turn someone back from the point of no return? I think fleeing was the right move at that point. Then, quite bravely, I ran away. With super anxiety and being ultra grossed out, I went home and showered immediately after work because I felt extra dirty just from talking to him. Like I had just revealed the truth behind the grossness, and it was worse than I could have ever expected. The story's getting super long, so I better wrap it up. I wish I could say that I was able to change his ways and things got better at work, but they didn't. I chickened out and asked my supervisor if she could handle talking to him instead, which she did. He got better for a couple of weeks, but then reverted back to his natural, normal self, shunning all things hygienic
to boost his immunity.
Just take some elderberry and some zinc. You'll be good, bro. You don't need to do all this. Jesus. I would leave shortly after this to take a new job, but I'd still hear from my old coworkers ranting about horror stories involving Bowlerbeard. To their credit, they never blamed me for getting him hired there. Not to my face, at least. You know they did. You brought him on and then you're just like, all right, have fun. I'm out. That's hilarious. When I'd see Bowlerbeard on the off times that the friends got together, he'd say,
"Oh, work was great. And he's getting tons of compliments from the supervisor and all the coworkers."
I think he was just in like super denial that he was not liked. Eventually, he was fired from that job for, well, you guessed it, bad hygiene. There was other stuff there too, but basically, he didn't make probation. They had a year to get rid of new employees for no cause if they wanted, but in this case, I think their cause was totally reasonable. Anyways, if this story was interesting, let me know and maybe I'll write more. Me and Monk dated for 7 years, which meant I was in the presence of Bowlerbeard for just as long. So I have a lot of other stories as well. Let me know if you want to hear what happened after he got fired and where things went from there. Thank you so much for reading. Sorry for any Reddit etiquette breaches or faux pas. TLDR. Can you honestly expect me to say, no, that's enough Bowlerbeard? I've had enough. You can never get enough cringe. And with somebody this far gone, I gotta say, I'm hungry for some more. Quite hungry indeed. Just the descriptions about his mouth, oh, and his smell, oh. We had Butthead in the comments asking for some more Stinkbeard related content, and look at this, it just fell into my lap. That's a beautiful thing. So hopefully that is able to satiate some people who were looking for more stinky beards. I did do some searching, dug some more up, but I will share those with you, you know, add a little trickle like I do with the Neckbeard stories because I don't want to run out of that sort of content. It's just too good. As far as the cringe factor, it's off the charts. And I always need to keep some ammo in the holster case magazine. Gunny gun. Pistol gun. God damn it. I think I honestly lost some brain cells trying to follow along with Bowlerbeard's lines of logic. That is just awful, dude. This guy is so far gone. Absolutely a wild ride. I'm gonna go ahead, bookmark this OP, try and get that part 2 in here because, oh man. 7 years worth of this dude. You're sitting on a gold mine. I beg you, OP, provide us some more cringe. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, I hope that you like, comment, and or subscribe. Maybe share it around if you want to make somebody else cringe laugh. And also check out the links in the description. Darkly Studios did the character animations that you've been seeing on the screen. We've also got Wifey's channel, Mr. and Mrs. ReddX. Yeah, we're getting some new content up there today. There's my personal subreddit, r/ReddX reads, as always. We got the Teespring if you're trying to rock the merch, and my Amazon affiliate link. Currently it goes to my microphone, but if you go through and buy anything through that link, then I get kicked a couple of bucks, which is pretty dang cool. I'm gonna buy myself something nice once I get it nice and stacked up. We've also got social medias down there, the Twitter and the Discord and the Facebook. Oh, and how could I almost fake forget my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons? You're seeing some names on the screen, and I would like to thank them all, but especially Zero MMX, Lady Nix, Robert Waits, Cider Drinker, Tato Ferret, The Last Shinobi, Mark 211, Aaron W, Mitch, John Hero, Candy Sora, Fire Drake, Little Lone Wolf, Miss Monday, Silent Revolver, JM Coon, Leon Embers, TSM Kirby, Redwin, Synaptic Boomstick, Jerry, Staples, Yeet, Cake Jerry, that's a different Jerry. That one, Nick, Tamago, and that big delicious jelly donut. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Things do get demonetized on the channel from time to time, and the patrons are really killer in helping me fight back against that. So if you can help them support this channel, that is absolutely huge. I thank you very, very much in advance. But if you can't right now, don't sweat it too hard, guys. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. Because really, the views
Is how my beard stays so bothered.
Keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Yes, indeed, maybe watching some more ReddX videos. We got so many. Look at them all. God damn it. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I will see you in the next one. And until then, bye-bye.